We're live. I think we're live. So I'm working on... Okay. Last week didn't go live because last week was crazy. A week ago Saturday, about, I think it was like 1 a.m, I get a text from Encore that we had no power out here at work. Everybody else had power in the whole city, but not Smith's Garden Town. So I was thinking, that's weird. And it said power will be restored by 4 a.m. And then 4 a.m. rolls around and it was like, power will be restored by 9 a.m. And then 9 a.m. rolls around and it goes, power will be restored by 3 p.m. And so we had no electricity out here, and that's not good for business when you don't have electricity. It knocked out everything. So I come in early. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll fire up the generators before we open. We have backup generators. And the generators run just enough to keep our internet going and our cash registers going and things like that. And I go in, because we just did maintenance on our generators about a month ago. And so I'm like, yeah, cool. This should work out fine, right? So I go in there to the front generator, fires right up, flip over the switch to send power to the store. Good morning, Linda. And when I flipped the switch, nothing happened. Turns out the rats had chewed up our wiring in the control panel of the generator. So mechanically, the generator was working fine, which is what we had checked. But it was not working fine to send power to the store. So that was not good. And I called RP Electric, my buddy Ryan, and he was out of town and graciously drove an hour and a half because he was out of town. It was Saturday. He drove back an hour and a half to come work on our generator and get us up and going again. But it, took a bit. Good morning, Marlene. Because he had to drive in from out of town to do that on a Saturday, and so he's the best. We love him around here, and he saves our life all the time. But anyway, I was dealing with generators last Saturday, which is why I didn't do the live video. And we have 2 other generators in the back. And one of them gave me some problems too. So it was a crazy day last Saturday. We were without power till, they did get us power at like 1 o'clock, but things were not working right here. And everyone else in the city had power except for us that day. And so it really kind of slowed things down. And of course, Encore's not gonna, they're not gonna help us out for the trouble we had or the lost sales we had, anything like that. But we carry on. All right, so it's June 14th. It is Flag Day. So this commemorates the day in 1777 when we adopted the Stars and Stripes as our U.S. flag. Though it did look a little different back in 1777. Thank you, Marlene. She's sending a congratulations because I was on the cover of a magazine for greenhouse management. I hope the picture looks better today. I'm still messing with my video settings because for a couple weeks people were telling me that it was like super fuzzy and grainy and you couldn't see, and I don't like that. I want it to be more clear. So I adjusted the settings, but I can't see it on my end. I hope that the video picture comes through more clearly today as opposed to a couple weeks ago. And yes, Linda, it is Father's Day weekend, so tomorrow's Father's Day. It's my day. Oh, good. I'm glad that the video quality is better. So hopefully that will look good, because people literally were sending me screenshots of the plants, and it was like It was like it was filmed on a potato. It was so fuzzy. It was embarrassing. So yeah. Appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback. So yeah, tomorrow's Father's Day. We do have some good Father's Day gifts inside, including gift cards and things like that. Tilly hats. We have some fun other gifts. Plants, of course, are always popular. Tools, things like that. And so yeah, spoil your dads, your husbands tomorrow because we deserve it. Darn it. And what else is going on? That's all, right? No. We have let me drink some coffee. Hold on a second. Because I do have some big news. Jackie's asking what's the favorite annual in the greenhouse right now? Right now? That's a good question. Maybe I'll think about that. Thank you. Hey, Des, good morning. I have some thoughts on what my favorite annual is, but let's talk about first. We have a summer kickoff because the first day of summer is a week from yesterday. So we're starting a summer kickoff sale, which is somewhat of an extension of some of the other things we had on sale in here, but we've added a couple items to that. And then across the parking lot out there, you don't know where I'm pointing, but I'm pointing right at those plants across the parking lot. Across the parking lot out there was formerly our hail sale. We've now just turned that into a clearance area for this week. So this is some trees and shrubs out there that look a little tired and weary. It's rainy in Pittsburgh. It's hot and dry here today, but we kind of needed to dry out a little bit. We got a lot of rain this spring. So anyway, the clearance area out there, instead it was 50% off. Now everything out there is 75% off. So we're gonna move that stuff out of here until it's gone and be done with that clearance area. And then inside the store, we've got a list of 15 things that are half off. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna look at some plants. We got time. And good morning, Sable King. So let's go. Let me switch this around. Mandavillas might be the favorite annual in the greenhouse right now. All right, so let's see what we can find because there are a lot of items included on this sale. I guess we could start over here. All of our coleus are 50% off. So we've got several different types of coleus. Good morning from Houston. Or good morning to you in Houston. We're in Wichita Falls, but. So the coleus are 50% off. I've got a bunch of coleus in stock, especially the Kong coleus, which is our shade coleus that gets really big. Got a lot of those. Hey, there you go. Somebody got a really good deal on the hail sale. Crepe myrtles. This, some people call this silver ponyfoot or dichondra. This stuff is great too. It's in our annual greenhouse, but most of the time here, if you plant it in the ground, it will be a perennial. But it can be used in containers also. That is one of my favorite annuals. We got restocked on a few things this week also. We got restocked on zinnias. We got restocked on Mexican heather, another great heat-loving annual. Both of those are heat-loving annuals. There's petunia. Toonie, where are you going? What are you doing? We've got Angelonia. Well, almost everything we have out here is going to be heat-loving from here on out. We've pretty much got rid of most of our early spring plants. But Angelonia is looking really nice. Lantana is 50% off. So if you're needing some lantana, we've got, let me show you here. This is New Gold Lantana. And we also have Dallas Red. And both New Gold and Dallas Red, we sell these as annuals, but for a lot of people, they are perennials. I'll show you the Dallas Red over here. So you can luck out and actually see that these will, I know they're orange, but they go from orange to red as they mature. You can luck out and get those to come back. We also do have the Texas native lantana over in our perennials. If you're wanting the shrub bush type native lantana to Texas, I've got that over there in our perennial section, which I do have a couple of perennials that are included in the sale. Our perennial ferns are on sale, and cannas. I have some gorgeous cannas over there. I'm afraid if I walk over there, I'm going to lose internet connection though. But just know, down there are some beautiful blooming cannas that are 50% off, along with a lot of other, all the perennials are looking awesome right now. But the ones that are on sale are the cannas and the perennial ferns down there. We got restocked on periwinkles, and then they immediately sold. So I'm actually low on periwinkles again. We just can't keep them in stock. Good morning, Josh. Over in South Carolina. Hey, Josh, I'm planning on potentially visiting you guys in the fall for the Garden Center Group fall event. I'll keep in touch, but we are potentially going to road trip to North Carolina. And if so, we're going to be passing through your area. So I'll let you know if we can make it. I hope we can. I'd like to take the family. There's Poppy. So Persian Shield, we are also putting on this sale. If you're not familiar with Persian Shield, look how gorgeous these are, first of all. Persian Shield has this rich purple color. This is a shade annual. And they want to be in shade around these parts, or maybe just a little bit of morning sun, but they'll grow in shade on the porch. You can even use them as a houseplant. Some people will do that, but most commonly you see these. Good morning, Mary. You see these in the shade in mixed containers. So those are going to be included in the 50% off sale. They are cool. We also have foxtail ferns, 50% off in this 1 gallon size. So those look really nice. Those Dracaena spikes over there, those taller spikier plants, they're not actually spiky, they just call them spikes. Those are 50% off. Let me walk over there actually. Gerber daisies are half off, including the perennial Gerber daisies, which are over here. They've got them over here in the annual house, but these ones in the terracotta pots are going to be your perennial Gerber daisies. They're called the Garvinia Gerber daisies. Oh yeah. Okay, I have another cool thing to show you here in just a minute after we do these two items. Can't believe I was forgetting. The last of the geraniums that we have are here. We're running real low on those, which is fine. That's normal for this time of year. So those are half off. And then caladiums we have included on the 50% off sale. So we got a big old table full of caladiums here already grown, ready to go into your landscape or containers. And most of these are, or actually all of them are, the proven winner premium varieties of caladiums. And they are super nice and good performers in the landscape or in containers. And a lot of the caladiums can handle morning sun or shade, so they won't like afternoon sun, but if you got a spot that's total shade or it gets a little bit of morning sun or dappled sunlight, caladiums are hard to beat. So we got those, but I have something really cool. Now I want to show you. Look at this. So we came across a super good deal on some tropical plants and had to send a crew, 2 guys down to almost all the way to Houston to pick these up. But it was such a good deal, we couldn't pass it up. And what that means for you is you now get really good pricing on some tropical plants that we were able to get this week. So these are brand new, just came in. And I've got several different things, but this is the one that's kind of the most exciting, are these Dracaena combo pots. And they're pretty good size. Let me go stand next to them. Let me adjust my camera real quick. So check this out. Keep in mind, I'm like 7.5 feet tall, so you imagine how big those plant combos are. I'm just kidding. But they are really nice. Now, normally something like this, these Dracaena combos, 3+ foot tall in a 12-inch pot. Normally these things sell for like $100, and because we got a good deal on them, we're passing savings on to you. So these are $49.99 for these big, beautiful combos. So this would be, if you have a commercial space, a business, a hotel, a storefront, these would look super nice on a storefront and don't need to be repotted or anything because they're already in a nice white pot. And so these would be a really great addition to a commercial space or a home. Or if you have a shadier spot, like a porch, these would look awesome on a front porch, back porch. Now with Dracaena like these, you can't put them out in full sun. They would look really cool by a pool because they have that kind of palm tree look, but they won't handle the full Texas sun. So you got to get them into a morning sun spot or a shady spot on the porch or indoors. These would work really, really well. So definitely come snag those. We're getting them out here on a really good price, $49.99. And then we've got some other stuff in the Trop House that we also got on that same shipment. Some smaller combos. We got some rubber tree ficus Belize. So that's a newer variety of the rubber tree ficus elastica. But it's the Belize variety, which is a really red leaf rubber tree, which is really nice. And we got some other fun stuff out there that we will be posting pictures of here in a little while today. We also got some nice purple fountain grass in stock. I thought I saw a question come through, but for whatever reason, I still need to figure out my settings on this app. The Facebook questions show up on my screen for about 5 seconds and then they're gone. And so if someone wants to help me out with any questions that came through, maybe say it again or post it again and I can answer. Because I saw something flash across the screen, but I didn't get to read it. Oh yeah! Felicia says, don't forget the Parade of Homes announcement. That's a good thing to talk about. Actually, let me flip the script around for a second before we continue this walk. Hold on. Do hibiscus need to be planted in sun or shade? Hibiscus like mostly sun. So if you have, I think that was the question I saw come through. Thanks for repeating that. Hibiscus can take full sun or they can take partial sun. So anytime if you have a hibiscus, especially the tropical hibiscus, then they prefer to get at least about 6 hours of sunlight for them to bloom to their best potential. And if you have all day sun, then that's fine too. So Parade of Homes is coming up and it starts in 6 days. It starts on Friday. And those builders are scrambling to get those houses done. I've been to 4 or 5 of those homes because I'm actually working with them on getting landscapes designed. But if you're not familiar with the Parade of Homes, it's the North Texas Home Builders Association is their members put on this Parade of Homes. And what you get to do is you get to go see these newly constructed homes from these different builders, and you get to talk to the builders. They're in there answering questions. They walk you through their design choices, their finishes, all of that. What separates their house, from the competition, whether that's the build quality, the insulation, the technology they use, whatever it is. So you get to go see those houses, walk through them, talk to the builders, and it's a really fun event if you haven't been before. Even if you're not in the market shopping for a home, I generally will take my family every year to this, even though we're not actively looking for a home. It's just fun to go see the new houses, what they're doing in construction, and talking with the builders. And so anyway, there are 7 or 8 houses from different builders all around the Wichita Falls area, and you get to go do it. It does cost $10 for a ticket. A $10 ticket will get you into any and all of the houses. But we have an announcement because we're working with the association this year. We've been helping out some of those builders do landscape designs and get their plants ready for the houses. So you're going to see our signs around there. But they've also partnered with us on letting us give away a bunch, I'm talking like hundreds of free tickets to the Parade of Homes, which they've never done before. So this is pretty cool. If you come in this weekend, oh, you're watching from the Philippines, that's cool. If you come in this weekend or this week leading up to the parade, if you spend $50 or more, then you're eligible to get a free voucher to get into the Parade of Homes, to go see all of those beautiful homes. And it's pretty easy to spend $50 in here. In fact, most people don't get out of here for less than $50. So basically, if you're coming in to shop in the store, as long as you hit that $50 threshold, you get one of those entries to get into the Parade of Homes. And that's going to be really cool because, like I said, they've never done that before. And even if you just go visit 1 or 2 of those homes, you may not have time to drive around and visit, all 7 homes. It would be a good idea for you to go check them out. The parade, we have a Facebook post coming out in just a few minutes that'll list the times of the parade, because you have to go during the designated times and days to those houses. You can't just show up because it's going to be locked unless you're there during the designated times. But it's for the next 2 weekends, and yeah, it'll be a good time. So come in and do your shopping like normal, and then you get some of those tickets to go see the Parade of Homes. All right, I got a couple more things to show you. Actually, shoot. We actually have to get to our staff meeting. We have an 8:30 staff meeting on Saturday mornings. What is going on here? Oh yeah. Turn the camera around. Impatiens are also included on the 50% off sale, and begonias, and tomato plants, and fig trees, and a couple other things. So anyway. All right, I'm walking back up front. We're going to do our staff meeting. Come out and pick up some of these beautiful combos. Give them as a gift. People would love these as a gift. And hope to see you. Hey, Sylvester. You showed up right at the very end. Where were you? He was probably out hunting. Anyway. Hope to see you this weekend. Happy Father's Day. Happy Flag Day. And thanks for joining.